How your thoughts actually become your reality, explained, because it's something we hear all the time, but no one ever actually breaks that down thoroughly. I'm Micah. I've been studying neuroscience, psychology, all of these different things that have to do with the human mind. Roughly 6-7 years ever since I became a Reiki practitioner. My whole thing has always been that it's really important to understand the science behind how these things work, because once you understand the science and the mechanisms behind things, then you can actually begin to create real change. So fuck what you heard, fuck what you think you know about our brains, our minds, and let's get into how our thoughts actually shape our reality. If you're here, real quick, just want to say thank you. You could be anywhere else in the world right now. There are millions of people talking about this, but you chose to be here, so I appreciate you. And I hope you can learn something that can truly help you become whoever it is that you're trying to become in this life. Like me. I took notes because though I'm a professional, I'm also just a human. And if I'm looking to my left, it's me looking at my notes so that I can get it right for you. So I'm reading an ancient text right now, and it talks about how the mind is all, meaning everything starts at the top in your brain and everything is a trickle-down effect from there. The mental shapes everything that you see and shapes every aspect of our lives. Every single thing we experience in this human realm, in the 3D, has to pass through our brains first. Our brain is less of a camera. It's not necessarily recording everything that we see, but it's more of a filter, which kind of explains why two people can have the exact same experience, but different things occur from their life after it happened. So for example, say two people's houses burned down, not looking at it as good or bad, but just objectively looking at the fact that two people's houses burned down. Say person one looks at it like, damn, I just lost everything. My life is ruined. It's over. Person two looks at it like, a phoenix rises from the ashes. I get to completely start over. The event itself, the house burning down, is identical, but the experience isn't identical because the perception of it isn't. How each of the individuals interpreted it is completely different. Which leads me to number two, the difference between experienced reality and objective reality, which you have to be able to distinguish between the two of those things if you want to change your life. Because objective reality is the events that happen in your life without your interpretation of it, without how you're perceiving that event to be happening. So for example, it's raining outside, you go to the store to buy coconut milk, or someone didn't answer your text. So those things happen, nothing attached to it, those are objective reality. The experience reality is how you're interacting with those events. The event itself always stays the same, you're the one who changes the event. So your interpretation could be, damn, this rain ruined my day, it ruined all my plans, or your interpretation could be, damn, this rain is so peaceful. You buy the coconut milk and you're like, damn, I had to spend money on coconut milk. Or you're like, wow, now I have all the ingredients I have to make my dinner. Or scenario three, someone didn't text me back, you could see it as, oh, they're probably ignoring me, or they're busy, they'll hit me back later. Same event, completely different experiences with the event. Objective versus experienced. It's up to you to decide however it is that you want to experience something. We get the choice every single day to determine how we want to experience it. And your experience with different events will shift depending on how your brain has assigned meaning to those events. Because three, our thoughts don't change reality for real. Our thoughts are just a chain reaction of events, truly. I gave this example on my TikTok, but imagine you get cheated on. The event that happened is you being cheated on, just objectively happening. Your mind takes over and the thought that you have becomes your belief about dating. And you're like, I guess all men or women do cheat. Now that belief becomes your expectation. It becomes what you expect out of relationships or out of people. So you're like, the next person's probably gonna cheat too. Now your expectations determine where you place your attention. Now you're scanning for dishonesty, disloyalty, anything that proves, and this is subconscious or conscious, now you're just scanning for anything that proves that people do cheat. Your attention then changes your perception, right? Because you're putting your attention on only cheating people, no loyalty, all you see just cheating everywhere. So then of course now you're perceiving that cheating actually is everywhere. You're seeing evidence of it, even in situations that don't pertain to you, even in situations that could have a completely honest explanation for it, you just assume the worst. I even saw this in a video I posted a long time ago. I posted a video of me going to surprise my boyfriend overseas, and over half the comments were women saying, oh my God, I thought that you were gonna walk in and see another girl there. And to me, that just shows me how much the beliefs that we've had and the thoughts that we have shaped everything that we do. So like, even though that wasn't what happened at all, everyone's brain immediately went to, or like so many women's brain immediately went to, oh, it's gonna be someone cheating. She's gonna catch him in the act, when that wasn't the case. So it's just like, if that's how we always say, like, your mind's in the gutter, if your mind automatically goes to something dirty, it's the same with this. Like, you're automatically assuming the worst, which shows that that's likely a big part of what your reality will continue to be, because subconsciously you're automatically going to the negative or worst case scenario. But anyway, back to it though. Perception, you're perceiving cheating everywhere. Your perception changed your emotions. Now you're feeling guarded and cynical and just completely hopeless about relationships at this point, which I know a lot of people can relate to. And then your emotions change your behavior. Now how you feel changes how you're acting. You won't open up to anybody. You're super controlling, or you don't even give people a chance to show themselves that they're honest. You're just accusing people before they even get the opportunity to show you who they really are. And that behavior becomes a habit. It's not just occasional distrust anymore. Ugh. 1 second. Hello? Hi, babe. Yeah, like what? Like what? Okay. Okay. I would be fine with a snack from anywhere. How about you choose, and I'll roll with that, because I was really excited for my mushroom chicken ramen. But I'll take a snack to go with it, because we're probably gonna, it's 7, we'll probably eat now, eat a little bit later at like 10. Yes. Okay, perfect. If there's a way for fries to come with that, would love it. Okay. Love you too, bye. Have a good one, because I've got this down pat. So where was I? Okay, I was at your emotions change your behavior, I think. So, or no, I was at your behavior becomes your habits. So now it's not just like occasional distrust, it's how you naturally just react and respond in every situation, likely even friendships too. But let's stay on the relationship train. All those habits will then in turn change the opportunities that are available to you when it comes to relationships. And mind you, this can be applied to anything. I'm just using relationships as the example, but now the opportunities that come to you are not what you want, likely, because your habits create the opportunities. And this is something we fail to realize. The habits that we have bring up the opportunities that are available because it's what we can see, right? So all the healthy and emotionally secure people are pulling away from you because they're just like, this person doesn't trust me anyway, so why would I stick around? And all of the unhealthy people are gravitating towards you because that's the dynamic you've created. Then those opportunities shape your reality, and suddenly you're looking around and you're like, see, everyone does fucking cheat. But your original thought didn't create that out of nowhere. It was a chain reaction of events that led to this point of you being so calloused that you can't even for a second just take a step back and be like, oh, maybe it's my actions, maybe it's my behaviors, maybe it's my processes that are creating all of these shitty ass relationships. So your thought changed your belief changed your behavior changed your reality. It completely changed the life that you were experiencing. So like I've been saying, our thoughts don't necessarily change our reality, our thoughts change us and the version of us who's interacting with reality. Which leads me to number 4, our brains aren't cameras, they're filters. It's constantly filtering out experiences. We are inundated with millions and millions of bits of information daily, so our brain has to filter it or else we'll just be on complete overload. It's called selective attention, right? Because it has to know what to give its attention to in order to survive. So it's constantly asking and scanning to figure out what's important, what matters in order for me to survive. And the answer to that question depends greatly on 6 different things, okay? We've got what you believe, what you feel, what your goals are, what your core memories are that were emotionally powerful for you, right? Like emotionally potent memories, good or bad. how you see yourself, your self-concept, and what you expect to happen. Look around your room right now, or wherever you're sitting. How many blue objects do you see? Probably a lot more than you saw before I said that. But nothing changed, just your perception of it changed. Just me mentioning blue objects changed, but those were always there. Just like now that I say this, white Jeep, you're gonna start seeing white Jeeps everywhere. And when that happens, remember that the world didn't change, your reality changed, and you can apply that to absolutely everything. Which leads me to number 5, your beliefs about anything becomes the filter that you see the world through. So if you're like, I'm so awkward, and you keep telling yourself that, watch this chain reaction. You'll avoid conversations, miss opportunities, meet fewer people, feel lonely, and then be like, I knew I was awkward. That's a self-reinforcing loop, and we're all guilty of it in some area of our life, which leads me to 6. Our identity secretly drives everything. Write that down. Our identity secretly drives everything that we do. If you listen to nothing else I say, listen to this section, okay? Everyone is trying to change their behavior, but behavior follows identity. Behavior follows who you think you are. So everything that you do is because it is aligned with who you think you are, who you truly, truly think you are. So you want to get fit and you're like, I want to exercise. No, you need to be like, I identify as an athlete. I'm someone who trains. I'm athletic, because wanting to do something versus being something is the difference between needing motivation to do it and actually being it. Because wanting to do something or be something requires will and determination and motivation, where actually being it expresses identity. And identity is like gravity. I cannot express this enough. Identity is like gravity. Everything ends up coming back down to who you think you are. How we think, how we act, everything is about who you think you are. And 7, based on who we think we are, our brains will try to predict anything before it perceives anything, which means it's constantly trying to predict what's about to happen. The prediction influences what we notice, how we interpret things that happen, our confidence, our emotion, and our action. So if we expect rejection, our brains become hypersensitive to the possibility of rejection, which I guess I have a few more sections than I anticipated, because 8, our thoughts literally become our biology. If you imagine biting into a lemon right now, take a second, your mouth probably waters up a little bit, because we know by now that science says the brain can't always decipher the difference between what's real and what's imagined. Think of that in terms of stress, fear, excitement, any of that. If you have a presentation that you have to do tomorrow and you think about it right now and your stomach starts to go into knots, you're literally experiencing it before it ever actually happens. But if you're thinking about vacation and you're thinking about how you're going to be on the beach and laying down, your body might actually relax a little bit. And this is because your mental state influences your physiological state so much, and we do not use that to our advantage nearly enough. So number 9, the mind being all and thoughts creating our reality isn't magical thinking at all. It's not just think red Ferrari appears. It's that your thoughts shape what you notice, what opportunities you pursue, what risks you take, how long you persist, how other people experience you, and what habits you repeat. Over time, those influence your life trajectory. I can't believe how much it turns me on just to be your girl. Baby, lock the door and turn the lights down low. Okay, where were we since I ran out of memory? So the mind being all, or thoughts creating your reality, isn't some magical thing like think red Ferrari appears. It's more like thoughts shape how you behave, how people perceive you, how you constantly act, like what you do habitually, what risks you take, what opportunities you pursue, and over time, those things shape your life trajectory. And as promised, I will give you the list of 10 reflection questions to help you actually go through and figure out what thoughts are constantly shaping everything that you do and experience. I'll put these in the description, but I'm also going to read them here. Number 1, what belief has most shaped your life? 2, where did that belief originate? 3, is it objectively true? Because remember, we talked about objective experience, or objective reality and experienced reality. 4, what evidence supports it? 5, what evidence contradicts it? 6, how has this belief affected your behavior? 7, if you believe the opposite of it, what actions would you take differently tomorrow? So here's the exercise that you can do. Choose one thought that you constantly have, like I'm not creative or I'm broke. And go through and think, what is that thought? What belief does that thought create? What emotion comes from that belief? What behaviors come from that emotion? What outcome comes from those behaviors? And what reinforced action do you constantly take because of it? And then you can ask yourself, what part of this chain can I intentionally interrupt?